This flag, he says. And at this point, both of his hands have found their way into his pockets and he's got them planted firmly. And I can see that he's fighting to keep them down. You know, as if they've got a mind of their own and they want to make it known to me. But he battens them down. This flag stays. There's a crowd now forming across the road. I mean, it had got a bit loud, you know, a bit shouty, but not for me. No, he was the one causing the crowd pleasing commotion. No, I played nice, calm, like I always am. I think it's in me, that instinct to make myself small, palatable. I walk lightly into situations and try and make me point calmly without conflict. Don't always work. I've never seen him like this before. There is a rage in him that is more than him, bigger than him, and it is as much a surprise to him as well, that rage. He's breathing fire, and all the while, that flag is flying high above us, and with the wind up, it don't take much to make it flutter. And each flap seems to fuel his fury as he pushes deep into his pockets. Not sure what he's hoping to find, but he is searching for something. A word that he can't quite cough up. It's not like his is the only one in the street. And his was the first, so I suppose he started a trend. It's hardly in the zero. Although, some of the cars are that fancy, so it isn't far off. They just popped up, these flags. Appeared as if they'd grown like nightshades in the moonlight from the brown earth beneath. They must have put them up at the dead of night. No ceremony. Secrecy. Morning. I just woke up one morning to the flutter. I'm not sure if you need permission, from the council. I suppose it's like a satellite dish, but more single-minded. And it's not as though I've got anything against it, because I am. Why would I? No, I'd never make a complaint or go to the council or anything. The authorities, no, besides, it's mine too, isn't it? And I do. I feel, when I walk past, when I see them flying up there all graceful like, I feel. Well, I feel. Well, I notice him. One Union and 2 St George's. Is were a union at first, then just the white and red. We've always gotten along, as you do neighbourly. Like morning, evening, the odd Christmas card, etc. We did have a bit of a wobble, but that's all behind us now. And the wall, the one we knocked down by mistake, it looks like new again, so it's all forgotten. We've got an hour, right? Mum was in the automatic. She puts it into reverse instead of first. Easily done. It could have been worse. It could have been a person, she said. Her bricks and mortar is better than blood and bone. And we built it back up, brick by brick, better than before. The only thing that we couldn't replace were his garden ornaments. Gnomes. We had no idea how we could find them. We searched everywhere for the ones that he had, you know, which he'd inherited from his uncle, and he's old, so his uncle must be old or dead, so the gnomes were old, antique. We had no idea there was such a market for them. And popular, you know, collectible worldwide. Is it Russia, Japan, Botswana? I mean, it was a bit of a sore point, so I bought him one of those Buddha garden ornaments instead, you know, as a gesture. I mean, we're not Buddhists. I mean, they're not Buddhists, but I mean, it is. And people don't really care about the meaning. I mean, they just want things that look nice. I think they must keep it in the house or back garden, because I've never seen it out front. I wouldn't have said anything unless I really had to, and I did have to. I need it to stop. These last few weeks, ever since we've been in this, you know, in this unprecedented situation, everything seems different. The quiet, I mean, the quiet. It's like Christmas Day morning. You know, everyone treading lightly into the day. But not like before. No, the energy is different, and the silence is unprecedented. By 10, 9 even, everyone's indoors. Not necessarily asleep or in bed, they're just home. There's no cars roaring into the night, no dog walkers, planes, or parentless kids running riot on the street. And there is a lot of watching going on now. You know, people sat in stillness at windows, watching in silence, looking out, watching, spying on each other. I have seen it. The twitch of a curtain as soon as they hear the creak of a car door or the scuff of shoes on a gravel drive. Yeah, I never really noticed it before, which is surprising, I know, because it is so loud. Maybe because it is the only sound I can hear now, because it's so quiet. I mean, normally I sleep with the window a little open, and you know, with the weather being out, it's been hot. I find that most nights I'm in a fever, so the window has to be open, else I can't breathe. But even with the window closed, it makes no difference. You know, wherever I am, I can't escape it. And I did try to tell him this, Mr. Pickersgill, at first. Yeah, funny name, isn't it? Pickersgill. Different. Interesting, like. Yeah, I asked him where it were from, yeah, out of curiosity. Here, it's from here, it's English. You don't smell much. Ever. Well, not that I've seen. But I'm sure he has a nice smell. Somewhere. And he's right, in a way. I mean, the name is from here, but that weren't really what I were asking him. It's an old Yorkshire name, meaning Robber's Ravine. A place where criminals took refuge. I googled it. I wanted to tell him what I found, but I had the rescuing thought that it would probably better that he discovered from himself and not from me that he was a descendant of crooks, robbers and thieves. He is not having any of it. It is keeping me awake at night, I said, and I can't sleep. I have not had a full night's sleep since March, and ever since this all began. And sleep's important, isn't it? It can induce psychosis if you don't get enough. And sleep deprivation is one of the top 5 torture tools used by countries worldwide. And I do. Some nights I feel like I am being tortured, like I'm going mad even in the day now. I start seeing things, questioning things, second guessing myself, repeating myself, daymares, nightmares, merging to become the same thing, all because of this flag. There's this one thing, a recurring dream. Only it's not a dream, because when I try to run from it and wake up, I already am awake, and this thing, this dream is more recent. At first it was just the noise and no sleep, but now it is more, and I need it to stop because I can't tell if I don't know it. This flag some nights, even when the air is still and heavy and the trees stand unmoved, it lashes and writhes like a thing in pain. And the sound, the noise it makes, it's like a... In this recurring dream, I'm trying to sleep. And Kemi-Bo, he plugs in, and I can hear the flag, flapping and flicking against itself. And I go to it, like it calls me. And suddenly, I find myself at the window, and I look out, and my eyes find it, and they follow it, the mast, from the ground to the peak. And I look up, expecting to see the white and the red moving against the night and the moon, and the sound grows louder. And there's this heat that weren't there before, but now it's all around me. And I look up, and then I see it against the clouds. A beast, where the flag should be at the very top of the mast. A dragon, hovering, his green scales shimmering under the silver light of the moon, its wings powering up and down. And I want to scream, shout out, but I can't. I want to move, but I can't. My hands feel like they're being held down, and on my chest it's somewhat heavy, and I can't breathe. But when I look down at my arms and at my hands, trying to will them to move, I see the same shimmering green scales on my arms, covering every inch of skin, and clenched claws where my hands should be. But I don't panic. Instead, I begin to feel calm, because now I know we're the same, me and the dragon. So I'm safe. and the pressure lifts off my chest and my arms are free to move again. And the fear is gone. My focus is no longer on the beast, but on another master. Sleep. So I begin to drift off and I can breathe again. But as I do, the scales begin to fall away from me to reveal my own skin beneath. And my heart starts to pound hard in my chest. And I don't want to. But I know I have to look up. So I do. And the beast has seen this. The scales falling away from me, and my clenched claws are forming to ends. And it is no longer offering, no. Now it is flying, circling me from above. Suddenly, I don't feel safe anymore. Because now it sees we're not the same. Then I wake up and come out of it. I don't tell him that. The bit about dragons. And it's not as though I asked him to completely remove it. No, I asked him to lower it at night so he don't disturb me, because I can't sleep. But disturb you? He examines me. But don't bother me. Now I can't tell if he's just saying that to be stubborn, or if he really can't hear it. But you can't hear it? No, he says. Now I examine him. And we stare at each other for a moment, with the scattered crowd across the road. And all the while, the flag is flying high above us. And I'm not sure, because I can't tell, because I don't want to look, but I can feel. And as it flutters and flicks, I can feel that heat, and I know it's there. Doubt. Now I begin to doubt myself. And I feel small and stupid, stood out there in the middle of the road, all alone with him, and the crowd staring me down. And I begin to think to myself, well, you know, if no one else can hear it, see it, maybe it's just in my head. And if it's just in my head, does that mean I'm mad? Going mad. I've gone up mad. Well, I don't feel mad. No, I feel angry, and I want to shout in his face something awful, something obscene. I don't want to make myself small. So I look up at him, and the crowd scattered across the road. And the people sat in silence at their windows. And I don't feel safe. I don't have green scales like the dragon, or white skin like them. And there's no waking up or coming out of this, because this is reality. So I back up and I go indoors, and I think to myself, well, I can survive on less sleep, and this isn't forever. you know, things will go back to normal. Oh, once they do, you know, with the cars and the planes and the people and the parentless kids are running riot in the streets and the air. You know, the silence will be gone, and so will the dragon. Wouldn't it